it seems to be getting worse and nothing seems to be being done about it. And I would also wish that the people of Listowel could only see the intake, the water, the state of the water where it's been taken, that they're drinking.
Good evening. There have been several fish kills on the River Feale in North Kerry. The County Council has established the cause of the most recent kill and is at present deciding on further action. But Tom McSweeney went to Listowel to investigate, and his report starts with amateur video shot by anglers of the actual fish kills.
Dying before the camera because of lack of oxygen in the waters of the River Feale near Listowel in North Kerry. It was the biggest fish kill ever in the river, but not the only one, for the Feale has been suffering from pollution for many years. Fish turned belly up and died. It appalled anglers and caused anger throughout the community. So far, the culprit hasn't been positively identified, but there's strong suspicion. This video was shot by a fisheries officer, Charles Nolan.
Well, I'm a fishery officer with the Shannon Regional Fisheries of Limerick, and I've been employed since 1973, and I've seen lots of fish kills down through the years, but this year was the worst ever. I've never in my life seen salmon smolts actually jumping out of the water onto the bank, trying to escape whatever was coming down. And it's very sad that we have to wait until fish die to get something highlighted that there's something wrong with the water. And the most important thing of all is that the people of North Kerry are drinking that same water that's polluted. And are we going to wait until some child dies before definite action is taken against the polluters?
Because of the situation the anglers are highlighting, what would be the support for the position of the anglers amongst local people?
Yeah, well, down through the years, as I say, a lot of people had no time for the anglers. They were known as a bunch of cranks, and probably still are, some of them. But in the past couple of years, since 1986, even to this year, they've gained moral support extremely well, and as I say, they are getting bigger every day, and people are beginning to stand out and talk about the problem on the River Feale.
Would you be concerned about the quality of water people have in Listowel then?
Oh yes, I would. For one, I wouldn't drink the water from Listowel taps. I go to a well in Ballinrudra for the water, and my wife gets it from Barmore. The smell coming out of the taps is ridiculous. I mean, you'd have to actually smell it to understand what I'm talking about. And as I've been on the job for so many years, I've seen the condition of the River Feale, and it's putrid down there.
The controversy over the River Feale has been going on for many years. Publicity, pickets, planning hearings, court cases, fish kills have been the almost continuous diet of the row. In Listowel itself, it's been the anglers and environmentalists who have made the running about the case, but there's no doubt that there are pollution problems on the Feale.
Well, my interest in this matter is purely from the ecological point of view. I fished this river as a young man, and in those days it was one of the finest salmon and trout rivers in the whole of Kerry. Now the situation is absolutely tragic, and nobody seems to have been brought a book for this or been made responsible. And the river, the lower reaches of the river are now utterly polluted, and I find the situation indefensible.
I must emphasise that first, I'm not a fisherman. I have never fished. But I did work with the Limerick Fishery Board for 10 years, and I witnessed some of the fish kills. And it seems to be getting worse, and nothing seems to be being done about it. And I would also wish that the people of Listowel could only see the intake, the water, the state of the water where it's been taken, that they're drinking. I'm also concerned about the water I drink. I'm concerned about the air I breathe. I don't know whether you know it or not, but there's a constant stench over the town of Listowel. You might notice it today and count the wind. I'm concerned about the environment, and I think it's diabolical that nothing has happened.
I killed my first salmon on the River Feale when I was 12 years old. Now, I have been a conservator on the Feale with the old Limerick Board, and for a limited time with the present Shannon Regional Fishery Board. And I have given of my time and energy in attending meetings. And I feel that a lot of our work that was put in during the past 6 or 7 years has now been wiped out by the pollution. Pollution, which they say should not have been allowed to enter the river.
This is more video of another fish kill shot by the anglers to back their claim that the Feale is polluted. Effluent discharged into the river and a dead salmon, one of many who died from the pollution in the Feale. These pictures show many salmon dead. The anglers claim that not only is sport fishing and tourism affected, but so is the livelihood of the commercial fishermen going to be hit if pollution isn't controlled. So who's responsible? Last year, North Kerry Milk Products were convicted twice in the courts for discharging effluent into the river outside the terms of their licence, which was issued after various planning hearings and objections from the anglers. The factory, part of Kerry Co-op, is situated near the town, very near the river, discharges into it and deploys several hundred, and it's vital to the economy of North Kerry. It has never been prosecuted for a fish kill, but there is a dispute between the factory and Kerry County Council over the conditions of their effluent discharge licence, which the company evidently considers too strict, and High Court litigation may be instituted by the company against the council. The County Council has been investigating the situation for some time and rejects the claim that it hasn't been doing enough to control pollution. In fact, the council team has been carrying out intensive investigations into the most recent fish kill. They now know the cause of it, and a decision about further action will be made shortly.
Over the last number of years, Kerry County Council have made many efforts to resolve the problem of pollution in the River Feale. A number of meetings were held with the North Kerry Milk Products Management in '85, and when progress at these meetings was found to be unsatisfactory, court action was taken, and this resulted in 2 convictions against North Kerry Milk Products under Section 4 of the Water Pollution Act. Since then, North Kerry Milk Products have constructed an anaerobic treatment plant, which, if properly managed, should enable them to discharge into the River Feale in accordance with their licence conditions.
Well, a lot of people have been commenting on the water itself, the taste, the smell. What's the council's situation and view on that?
The taste and smell of the water is caused by a bacteria called actinomyces, which are absolutely harmless, and the pollution in the River Feale was never a threat to human health.
What is the view then of the council? Do you think you've been unfairly criticised by people who have been saying the council hasn't been doing enough?
The council have made every possible effort to bring this problem to an end over the last couple of years, and will continue to do so.
North Kerry Milk Products has not accepted any responsibility for any fish kill, but they are difficult people to get to talk to. I made several attempts to contact the factory manager at Listowel. All phone calls to his office were answered with the statement that he was either away or down the plant, and requests were noted for a return phone call, but I never got to talking to him. In Listowel again, I was told he was away all day. The factory is putting in a new £2 million effluent treatment plant. It's due to become operational within the next few weeks, and the company has said in the local press that it is confident this will have a major effect on the Feale. However, the anglers picketed Kerry Co-op boss Dennis Brosnan yesterday afternoon as he entered the company's meeting in a Tralee hotel. They continue a battle against the Listowel factory.
Above the pipeline that Kerry Co-op emit their effluent into the river, in the last 15 years, we've never had a dead fish. Fish has never died from pollution above their pipeline.
We went to check the effluent outfall pipe from the factory into the Feale. Above the pipe, there is a discharge of sewage from the town of Listowel itself. But having climbed down the riverbank, it was clear and left no doubt that there is a considerable change in water appearance above and below the pipe outlet. Here we have the main effluent outflow from the North Kerry Milk Products factory. The water's hot, coming in here from the pipe. Just above the pipe, the river is quite cold. There's no doubt there are 2 different conditions of the river here. Just below the pipe, the water discoloured, the rocks along the side of the bank also quite discoloured. It's important to state again that the factory has not been prosecuted for any fish kill, but its management wasn't prepared to talk to me. However, the factory has been fined twice for breaches of its licence. It says it is putting in a new treatment plant, and that this will have a good effect on the river. But for the present, the row about the Feale continues.
A new bill to tackle water pollution has been published by the Minister for the Environment. Mr Flynn said he hopes the measure will be enacted in the Dáil before the summer. As well as giving local authorities greater powers, the new bill provides for fines of up to £25,000 for convicted water polluters. Prison sentences of up to 5 years may also be imposed. And polluters will be liable for any damage they cause, as well as for restocking in the event of a fish kill.
Apart from the new heavier fines, polluters will be accountable for investigation costs and the total stock replacement where there are fish kills. The key targets will be industrial waste pipes and farmers ruthlessly disposing of silage and slurry effluent and surplus milk. So have we gone far enough to stop these malpractices?